Hello, you guys, and thank you all for tuning in to Chris Codes. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button because you know you want to, and it's free. Notification bell so be notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into the video. All right, you guys, so this week on Foolishness Friday, we have a odd story. Last week we kind of touched on anger, and this is definitely one of those videos, but I see a hint of other things I want to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and watch this clip. I'm not going to talk too much about it because the gentleman that tells the story about what happened to me does a great job. So I'm gonna let him detail it and then we'll get into my commentary. Let's go.
This is Gary Martin. He killed his boss immediately after being told he was terminated. This is how it all unfolded. When you're working at a warehouse, you can only receive so many write-ups before you are finally fired. After receiving another violation, he had been written up again, but this time it was different. The manager in the Human Resource Department scheduled a meeting with Mr. Gary. So being aware of the seriousness of this meeting, Mr. Gary decided to bring a gun with him. When he walked into the office, his manager told him he was fired. As soon as he uttered those words, Mr. Gary pulled out a 40 cal with a green laser attached to it, making sure he didn't miss his target, killing a plant manager, a human resource manager, an intern on his first day, and 2 other workers. The warehouse went crazy. People were panicking, running, crawling, screaming, and being wounded as they exited the warehouse. Mr. Gary ultimately got into a shootout with the police before being killed and wounding 5 officers. A memorial was set up in front of the warehouse for the 5 slain victims.
Okay, guys, so you all saw that video, and like it just baffles me, like the extremes people go in situations. And that's why I said this kind of goes hand in hand with last Foolishness Friday when we were touching on anger. But I did want to talk about life in general when it comes to situations like this. Like, you hear stories all the time about people working for companies for 40, 50 odd years. And then, something happens with their 401k, something happens with their pension, whatever the case may be. It's like you spend your entire life, you give your blood, sweat, and tears to these companies, and they take you for everything you got. And then when it's time to pay up, okay, you get your little weekly, bi-weekly check here and there, throughout the time, granted, okay. But it's like I dedicated my life to this company, and when I can no longer work, I can no longer provide, you all made me to believe that you're going to provide for me. And when it's all said and done, nothing happens. I'm going to touch back on what I just said in a bit, but that does not pertain to this young man, okay? So they say he's been written up time and time and time again, okay? You can't expect to go on somebody else's Like, go to these people's job, you know. You can't expect to go to a company. It's like you show up late every day, every day, every day. They tell you time and time again, stop showing up late. Stop showing up late. Stop showing up late. And then you continue to do it. What do you think is going to happen? Now, granted, in a lot of jobs I've had, I've shown up late. Okay. I'm guessing we've all done it, you know. It's like a mistake here and there, that's one thing, but when it's continuous, it's just like, what do we need you for? Especially if it's a company that doesn't have a real high turnover rate, or your work doesn't outweigh your flaws. You know what I mean? It's just like you're constantly making mistakes. Like, they don't owe you anything. They can't let you go. And the fact that they continuously tried, you know, by writing you up instead of just letting you go right then and there, that says something. I've worked for a company that literally would be just firing folks. Okay. I've worked for people like that would just fire you, like, you know, you're no longer what we're looking for. And that's just that. When you work for somebody else, that's what it boils down to. You're a number. You're just somebody to get it done. And if you can't get it done, then we'll get somebody that can get it done. But when you're like this man and you can't take rejection, it's like crash out 101, you know? And rejection is hard. Rejection is hard. And in my lifetime, I'm like, I've experienced rejection, not a lot of it, but especially getting older and you get rejected for something, it kind of messes with your self-esteem a little bit. But then you got to realize, like, whatever.
Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Girl, get up again.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to realize, okay, that's why it's so important to have other things going on in your life, to other streams of income, to realize like what you bring to the table, like why you're valuable. Everybody has something that they're good at, whether you believe it or not. You just haven't found it yet. Everybody has something that they're good at, and when you tap into that and you start to kind of come into yourself, you realize like, okay, I'm more than just this job. This is just a job. You've had people that have went to school for years to be a doctor and has lost their license for probably reasons that may have been necessary. Who knows? You know, but people that have literally went all their lives to get a degree, to get this certain profession, just to lose it. Y'all see the video of them dragging that judge out to jail? If I can find it, I'm going to put it in there.
After a judge sentenced another judge to jail time, chaos erupted in an Ohio courtroom. And taking the defendant into custody wasn't so easy, as a court officer had to drag her out. Former Cincinnati
you know how
judge...
much time and effort it probably took her to get to that spot? And to have it, like, yanked from under you? That's why they had to pull her out kicking and screaming, okay? You know, things happen in life, but you don't take it upon yourself to, you know, take 4 and 5 people out of here just because they want to let you go. It's like you had nothing else to live for. And that's why I say you got to figure out what it is that you want to do, need to do, like to do. Get a hobby.
You need to be thinking big, bitch.
Okay, if you like kicking rocks, okay. If you like kicking rocks down the sidewalk, film it, okay? Film it. Who knows who enjoys watching you kick rocks down the sidewalk, okay? You don't know. You don't know. But it's like people got to get a hobby. It's like some things my mind just can't really process because I've had so many different jobs. I've had so many different jobs and, you know, done dibbed and dabbed and so much. Like, I know. I'm like, I guess I'll get bored quick or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, It's so much out here, so much to do, so many places to go, so many people to meet. It's just like, why was that job your end all be all? And back to what I was talking about at the very beginning of this video is when you put your all into these companies, it's just like, it's nice to work for a good company that you feel pays you well. You can pay all your bills and all that. But do you know how many different companies is out here? Do you know how many different tricks and trades you can do that can make you that same amount of money and more? It's like your everything should not be on this job. Now that's your idol. You made that idol your job. I don't know what he was going through that made him just snap like that. And that was premeditated, okay? Because if the police didn't take him out, he would have been in jail for, obviously, the rest of his life. Because I'm like, you took all those people out of there, wounded cops. You planned for this because he said that he knew this meeting was going to be serious. So he came packing. So you knew what was about to happen, and it was already in your head. You sat at home thinking, like, these people about to let me go for something small, several things small, sir. Anyway, but anyways, I digress. But it's like,
oh, these people gonna fire me. Yeah, they think they can fire me.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this is probably what was going through his mind at the time.
They think they can fire me? Me? Oh, I'm gonna show them.
Why? Why? You got to think more of yourself. Just because somebody says they don't want you anymore, so what?
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
So what? It's not another company out there that wants you. Start your own company. Be better. Be better. It's just like, it's easier said than done. I know this, but it's just like, it's the same thing. It's just like people put their all into others. I was riding in the shuttle van, headed to the airport, and the guy, like the hotel van or whatever, and the guy that was driving the hotel van was like, you know, I don't understand people that be walking on the side of the road with the cars and blah, 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 blah. He was just like, it don't make any sense. It's not that many lights on the road. Like, I could have really hit him. You know what I said? I said, he has a whole lot of faith in others. That's all I said. And that's how I view these situations. It's like, y'all put so much faith into these companies, so much faith into these people. And I guess it's like, folks just got to get burned. It's sad. Like, spare the rod, spoil the child. They spared him too many times. He should have probably been gone the first couple times, but they probably spared him over and over and over again, and he didn't think to spare them. Rejection is needed. Like, it's needed in your life a lot of times, just to push you to do better, push you to find better, push you to go in different directions in life instead of staying in the same place. Instead of using that rejection to go find something better or go do something better, he took that as, oh, I'm about to crash out. It's like, look at it at a different perspective. Look at it at a different perspective. You weren't meant to be there. That means you meant to be somewhere else. So find that somewhere else. Have faith in yourself instead of in all these companies. That brings me back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. It's just like, we've seen it. We've seen it. We've heard it about these companies that burn you at the end when you spent 40, 50 years with them. Some companies don't do that. Some companies really value your hard work and how long you've invested into the companies, but some don't. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself just in case. Just in case. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Have faith in yourself and find out what it is about you that's profitable? What do you know that's profitable? What can you do that's profitable? And yearn in on that. Like, focus in on that. Imagine the 10 years you spent at this company. Imagine spending that same 10 years doing something for you that you enjoy to do. You know what I mean? I like making YouTube videos. I like talking, but not to people.
Ew, get off of me.
Anyways, I'm just playing. I like talking to people, just not, all the time. But I like talking. I like deep conversations and so on and so forth. And I like seeing different perspectives, bigger pictures. So the same 10, 15 years that I can spend with a company, I can spend that same 10, 15 years doing what I enjoy. Who knows where to go? You see what I'm saying? Who cares what other people think? Who cares what other people are going to say? Do you. Do you. Because people are going to talk regardless. But I'm telling you, we have more people using their skills and gifts and talents that God has given you. We'd have, I feel like, a lot more people happy within themselves, happy in life. That's just my opinion. But as far as this guy is concerned, his life is over because he got fired. Don't be this guy. Don't be this guy. Like, I'm telling you, if you haven't watched my last Foolishness Friday, go watch that about letting go, of things. Because if this video, resonated with you, whatever the case may be, then you all would like that video. So go ahead and like that video. I gotta go. So if you haven't already, go and hit that like button because you know you want to, and it's free. Notification bells be notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, subscribe, you guys. The subscribe's going up. Like, share this video, and let me know in the comments what do you think? Like, what do you think was going through this guy's mind? Before it happened, while he was getting fired, whatever the case may be. What do you think he was thinking about? And what do you think makes people snap? What do you think, really gets people to this point? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, you guys. I'll see you all for the next video. Bye.